How many of you want to start feeling 20 years younger right now? We have changed some lives.
The game-changing discovery for your energy crisis.
I have been searching for this from the day we started the show.
Lose weight, save time.
Look how easy that is.
Fast fixes for your biggest complaints. Next.
Do you feel tired, worn down, can't concentrate, or stick to your diet? Then this is the show for you. It's my superpower hour where I'm going to recharge your body 5 ways in 5 days. I'm dedicating today to charging you back up to feel better than you have ever felt before. That's why I put out the call and asked the question. If you could supercharge yourself in any way, what way would you choose? You answered the call across America, revealing all the reasons you lack energy and the superpowers you want to possess to supercharge your lives.
I'd love to have the superpower to be able to split myself in two. I'd finally be able to get things done if I could be in 2 places at once.
I'd snap my fingers and have a force field to fight off any infection.
I wish I could just stop the clock. There's just never enough hours in the day.
If I could just snap my fingers, my superpower would be to have non-stop energy.
Do you dream of superpowers to get you through the day? Today, I'm going to show you how to recharge your body. 5 ways in 5 days. We conducted a poll on DrOz.com and asked, what day do you feel the most tired? And your response was pretty evenly distributed across the whole week. That's why when you use my 5 ways to recharge your body in 5 days, I want you to start on the day that you feel the most tired. Then every day thereafter, you're going to add a new solution to the day before until you have the perfect daily prescription to keep your energy up. Angelina is joining us, and you're verbalizing what I keep hearing from folks, which is your energy is down. What's wrong with your energy?
Well, I'm a mom. I have 3 boys. I'm constantly trying to keep up with them, housework, chores, and I'm also trying to start my own business, so I'm constantly being drained.
All right, and what day of the week do you personally feel the most tired?
Every day of the week, but
Yeah, that makes it easy.
I would say Monday, because on Mondays, I'm trying to recover from the weekend. You know, on the weekends, I'm running around with them to their lacrosse practice, cleaning, laundry, the list goes on and on.
It says a lot to me that Monday is the most exhausting day, because you think you would have recharged yourself from the weekend, but it's the opposite. Do you take any vitamins or other supplements?
I actually take multivitamins.
You do?
Yes.
All right, come on back here. I got something to show you. Day 1 of my 5-day recharge program starts with the perfect supplement to keep you going. And this thing will energize you in very unique ways. It's called Astragalus. It comes in a bottle with small little pills. It's, I think, one of the best ways of preventing a major driver of aging, the #1 cause of aging, and why it feels depleted. There's a special chemical in Astragalus that actually slows down that aging process right where it happens, which is inside of our cells, where the blueprint of our cells lives. Let me show you on this animation. So this is what you look like from the outside. And as we age, as we all age, we can see changes on the outside of our body. And sometimes in the mirror, we don't look as young at the end as we did in the very beginning of our day. But let's go through the skin, through the muscle, into the cells. In fact, don't just stop on top of the cells. Dive into the cells themselves where that blueprint lives. This is where the DNA is. And this DNA strand has to reproduce itself. But if you're chewing up the ends, which is what aging does, you begin to, like a fuse, to shorten the amount of this critical material that's required to Xerox our cells, to copy our cells, so we can renew ourselves and feel youthful and rejuvenated. What Astragalus does is it stops this burning process and allows these DNA strands to get longer. Now, you don't have to remember all that. All you've got to remember is that if you do this, you stop yourself from falling apart. And the aging process, because you can see it on the outside, but as a doctor, I'm seeing this on the inside, can be slowed down if you take about 200 milligrams of Astragalus twice a day. Take it once in the morning and once in the evening. And you should start to feel a difference. But I don't know what's going on inside your cells is that blueprint's being preserved so that you get to go on to be an old grandmother and still look youthful as you do now.
Oh, that would be great.
Once you get your energy back. All right. Now let's turn to meals. Educate me about what types of meals seem to boost your energy.
You know, I try to stay away from fried foods. I try to keep it healthy. But when it comes to eating, I kind of eat whatever I put on my kids' plate.
Yeah. You got to go join them in the foray.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I'm happy you're not taking the fried foods. That's a good start. Day 2 of my 5-day energy supercharging, recharging program is pretty simple. You got to find a way of keeping your energy throughout the day sustained. And brewer's yeast does that as well as anything else I know. Have you used brewer's yeast at all in your foods?
No.
It's so simple. It's got chromium in it, which we know is very important in maintaining blood sugar levels for everybody. Keeps your energy from having highs and then lows, which is what wears you down over time. Here, take one of those little bits of fruit there, like cucumber, taste that, see what you think of the brewer's yeast. It's a powder that looks like this, and that powder is something you can sprinkle on a salad. Frankly, you can put it on any meal. You can put it on your kids' meals. They're not even going to know you're doing it. 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. Tastes acceptable?
It definitely tastes good. I could try that.
I put this on popcorn, actually. Oh. You know, a little bit of butter, get away with that, and popcorn, and it's so good. And again, the kids, you know, they can't tell that you added it to it, and you're getting the energy boost because of the chromium. All right, let's talk about beverages. What's a typical thing you might drink in the morning to get your energy?
Coffee, coffee, and more coffee.
How many coffee drinkers are there out there? Everybody. All right. I'm not against coffee, but day 3 of my 5-day plan to recharge your energy levels is not going to be coffee. I want you to replace your coffee with something that a lot of folks have not thought of. It's papaya juice. Papaya juice is a couple things. Have you ever had a papaya?
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, they look like this, but I'm not even asking you to have this, although this is pretty good too. I love papaya and papaya juice because it's got an enzyme in it called papain. And this enzyme, you might think, what does it have to do with energy? Your digestion absolutely determines the amount of energy you feel. So much of the battle for your energy, the reason so many of us feel down, whether it's Monday or Friday or any day in between, is because we're not getting the energy out of the food that we're eating. So come on over here. And this is maybe, you know, not just you, but I bet a lot of people have this symptom. When you eat a meal, think about this. Are there times when you just feel like your energy is lower after the meal than before you had the meal?
Yeah, sometimes after eating, I want to fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to prevent that. And that little sort of downturn is a very common sign that we see when people are not getting all the energy out of the food. So this is your digestive tract. This stuff is the food. And down here is how much energy you're getting from the food. We don't get the same amount of energy from all the foods we eat. So what papaya juice does is give us that enzyme to allow us to harvest the energy from this food that we've been trying to digest. So when you're young, you do it naturally. And as a young person, you'll find that you can really digest a lot of food. As you get older, it changes until it's a lot less. And ultimately, you're living your life and thinking, I'm not getting it all out. The food's stuck in my digestive tract. I'm not getting it where I want it to be. So you add papain, papaya juice. Go ahead and pour that in there. And once you put that into your digestive system, something very interesting happens. You go back not to where you are today, you go back to what it was in the past. And all of a sudden,
wow,
all of the food gets digested, all the energy you're supposed to get comes into your system, and you feel energized. You're back the way you wanted to feel, the way you probably felt in the past.
I'll take feeling like I did in my 20s.
You'll take that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
All right, coming back over here. So that's the third major tip. The fourth tip is about snacks. So what's a typical snack you might have to get your energy up?
Once again, I'm like a little rat. I just snack off my kids' plates.
Well, what if if you're running around, the kids aren't there? What do you grab?
Popcorn, chips. Sometimes, yes, a candy bar.
All right. Sorry, I'm going to ask this. This is, of all the things I'm going to put on here, this is going to be one you're going to automate today.
Okay.
Right? This is the 4th day of my 5-day plan to recharge your energy, and it's Brazil nuts.
I actually use Brazil nut oil in the hair cream I make for myself.
You do?
Yeah.
Is that what this? It does taste like Brazil nuts. Well, if it's good enough for your hair, why can't it be good enough for you?
Yeah.
All right. Here's what I love about Brazil nuts. They've got magnesium in there, which gives you a ton of energy. They're big and they're bold, and you only need to get 1 or 2 to get your daily dose of the key minerals that I want you to get in your body. If you buy them and they're fresh, they have a little moistness to them, go ahead and taste one. And what I adore about these is they're so simple to keep around you. You can put them in your desk at work, put them in your pocket when you're running around during the day. You can keep them in a cupboard in the kitchen. They'll store for a long time. What do you think about the taste?
They're delicious.
Yeah. This is a simple, easy way for you to get those key elements that you need to stabilize your blood sugar. Because so much of recharging your energy is getting back to a point where the way your body naturally was able to do it when you're in your 20s, but to do it today. And this little tip is going to help you much more than those crackers or those candy bars you were about to brag to me about. All right? And if you're going to put it on your hair, I want it in your gut, too. Okay?
I can do that.
All right. Up next, the last day of my 5-day energy plan is a true game changer. It is so cutting edge that it can actually reverse the aging process and may double your energy at the same time. What is it? Find out when we return.
Dr. Oz, everything used to taste so good, but I find over the years I can barely taste a thing. Is there any way I can supercharge my taste buds?
Losing your sense of taste is one of the first warning signs of a zinc deficiency. Take 30 milligrams of zinc lozenges a day to supercharge your sense of taste and smell.
Up next, the natural hormone that keeps you feeling young.
By the time you've hit middle age, you've lost 85%.
3 key ways to boost it for more energy.
I have been searching for this from the day we started the show.
And later, 4 super easy self-tests
To help you recharge your body's defense system.
Don't go away.
De grootste Duitse slagerhits van toen en nu. Nu verzameld op een dubbel-cd. Met de allergrootste hits van Mireille Mathieu, Hansi Hinterseer en Semino Rossi. De grootste Duitse slagerhits van toen en nu. Nu overal verkrijgbaar.
We're back with my Superpower Hour for day 5 of my 5-day plan to recharge your body. What if there were a way to instantly gain the energy of someone 20 years younger? Well, there just may be. And it all comes down to a hormone that powers your growth from the moment you are born. It's called human growth hormone, HGH. And it's the potent compound produced in the pea-sized pituitary gland at the base of your brain. You need HGH to grow into adulthood, but it is also essential to keep your organs healthy, your muscles strong, and your energy up. Some doctors see it as the key to finding the fountain of youth. But ironically, as you age, your natural production of HGH actually drops. So researchers developed a synthetic version to stave off the aging process. But now, there's a new frontier, stimulating your body's production of growth hormones naturally with amino acids. A recent study showed patients given a special blend of amino acids saw their HGH levels spike more than 6 times the levels they had at the beginning of the study. According to the researchers, the result was faster metabolism and an increase in endurance. So are amino acids the secret to boost your HGH, renew your energy, and recharge your body? Carrie is here and she hopes that HGH is the key to help her get more energy. So what have you heard about HGH?
Well, I haven't heard much as far as pertaining to energy, but I have heard about it as maybe a weight loss supplement or even an injectable thing to help you gain muscle mass. And then I've also heard of it with children if they need to grow faster, quicker.
Well, it can do all those things. Okay. But the question is, how do you safely get it in your body in the right amounts? So if I can, let me show you what HGH does. It's so fundamentally important to us staying youthful and vital. Okay. And we lose so much of it as we age. Okay. So when you're young and you're producing it normally, you look inside the brain, there's this pea-sized structure at the bottom of the brain called the pituitary gland. And it secretes human growth hormone. And that growth hormone goes all over the body the way it's supposed to. In fact, it goes down, for example, to the blood vessels to where you'd make fat. And it sits next to those fat cells, and guess what it does? It shrinks them down because it says, I want that energy for other things, like, for example, my muscles. It helps grow those muscles nice and lean and large if you need them to. And it changes the resilience of the skin, the bounciness of the skin. It keeps it youthful and vibrant. Now, what happens as we get older? As we age, the pituitary gland begins to shrink, and it starts making less of that growth hormone. So what happens? The fat cells, they start growing faster because the growth hormone's not there. Our muscle begins to shrivel up. We look frail. And our skin, it lacks that bounciness. It begins to get those deep crevices that we call wrinkles, right? So by the time you've hit middle age, and this is shocking, think about this. By the time you've hit middle age, you've lost 85% of your growth hormone. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the growth hormone that you had when you were young that allowed you to do all those things, it's gone. And every year after that, 2% less.
Jeez.
So basically, life is going like this. So what you want to do is find a way of getting your HGH levels up. I have been searching for this from the day we started the show. I've been looking for ways of increasing HGH naturally because I don't like getting the injections. Leslie
Sure.
Bonsi is joining us. She says we can do this naturally without injections. I am curious about this. She's the director of sports nutrition at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, and she's here to reveal the 3 key components your body needs to make HGH. The first, you would argue, is to make HGH has to do with resistance. So what does that mean, resistance?
When we talk about resistance, and actually I'm 95, see, this is why it works.
Congratulations.
So there you go.
When you want to look at 95, it's good.
When we talk about resistance, what we're talking about is lifting weights. The good news is you don't have to do this for a long period of time, even 10 minutes, but you have to not just flap your arm. We're looking at lifting a heavy weight, or perhaps it's using your legs and lifting. You could sit in the chair and do it, but you have to use a resistance band, or you actually use weights.
Do you ever do that?
A little bit, not so much lately. I mean, it's hard to fit it in, but that's easy. That's just a few minutes.
That's easy.
So-
Okay, the second step, next component to make HGH has to do with deep sleep. Not just any sleep, but deep sleep.
And what we're talking about is about 8 hours of sleep a night. And interestingly, the body produces more of the growth hormone in that first hour. But that means sound sleep. So my rules about that are no exercise 2 hours before you go to bed. No eating 2 hours before you go to bed, no caffeine in the afternoon, and a comfortable sleeping environment. Cool, quiet, comfortable clothes.
This is the main reason I focus on sleep.
That's huge. I mean, I think a lot of us eat right before going to sleep, which is, I know it's bad, but I didn't realize it affected all of this.
Well, it affects it. In fact, I think the reason I think sleep is so valuable for us looking good is because it helps our HGH levels naturally.
Wow.
The final tip is the most important tip. Let's look at this. And this has to do with amino acids. Now, some of you are doing some exercise with muscle building. Some of you are getting your sleep. There are not a lot of us doing this step. Leslie, why are amino acids so important?
We talk about amino acids as the building blocks of protein. That's what it is. And so we're talking about eggs and fish and meat and poultry and even soy, nuts, seeds, and beans. They all have amino acids in them. And amino acids also are the building blocks for hormones. So if you don't have them in, you are not going to be able to produce them. It is critically important. And so I really look at all 3 of these things. It is the resistance, it's the sleep, it's the eat. This is the cake. But sometimes we got to sweeten it up a little bit. We might need to think about a supplement.
All right, so how likely to incorporate, you mentioned sleep and resistance, amino acids into your life?
If it will give me more energy, I will do it all. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you all a question. How many of you want to start feeling 20 years younger right now?
Dr. Oz, I want to keep my heart ticking for a long time. Is there any way I can supercharge it?
Lycopene is an easy-to-find antioxidant that can help prevent heart disease, strokes, and even the hardening of arteries. Look for red and pink-colored fruits and vegetables.
We're back with my superpower hour and talking about the super hormone, HGH, human growth hormone. It can recharge your energy and help you feel younger instantly. Now, there's a new study that reveals taking a special blend of amino acids has the potential to spike your HGH levels more than 600%. That's putting it back towards where it was when you were a young person. That's why to boost your HGH levels naturally, there are 4 amino acids that I want you to get into your diet. Add them in every day. The best part is you can get them all in one simple pill. It is called an amino acid combination pill, and Carrie's back here to show us how to do this.
Okay.
You know your way around the health food store?
A little bit. I'd like to say I do.
All right. So I'm going to make this super simple because I don't want people getting tripped up by this.
Okay.
Because my goal is for you to have more energy.
Okay.
So I'm going to use GOAL as my acronym.
Okay.
GOAL. There are 4 amino acids they're going to stand for.
Okay.
The G stands for glycine. Now, glycine helps build muscle.
Right.
Glycine also allows you to store more energy, and it promotes good sleep, something else that helps with growth hormone. So glycine is the first ingredient we're going to look for.
Okay.
The second amino acid you're going to look for is something called ornithine. So GO, ornithine, this is something that contributes energy to the body. It's a very efficient amino acid to put into your diet.
Okay.
So as you look at the shelves there, I'll give you a little clue here. Notice the top and the bottom aren't amino acids. All right, as you look through there, so again, you're looking for glycine, ornithine. See if you can find a couple that have that. Anything yet?
I mean, I see this one has glycine, but...
All right, that's a good start. It's got glycine in it. Now you're going to look for arginine. That's the third one.
Okay.
All right? So, for example, glycine, arginine, ornithine, right? Arginine helps you build up energy because it regulates your blood pressure, so your heart doesn't have to work so hard.
Okay.
So that's the third amino acid. It also may help you metabolize some fat.
That would be a good thing.
Good
Yes.
thing, right?
Yeah.
All right. And finally, the fourth amino acid I want you to find is the lysine this seems to have also. Lysine
Okay.
turns fatty foods that you eat into energy. Okay, so what are we getting again? glycine, ornithine, arginine, lysine. Now, there's no quiz on this. Okay. It's all written down on droz.com. You're going to look for those 4 amino acids.
Perfect.
Does that have it?
This has all 4.
It has all 4.
Yeah.
And most health food stores will sell this for under $20 a month. So it's not expensive
good.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm taking a little further than I would normally do this, but I think this is so valuable for us to have, to be able to rebuild our growth hormone, that getting those 4 amino acids into our life in the form of a supplement, I think will make sense for a lot of folks.
That would be great. Look younger and feel younger. That would be perfect.
We're in. We're back in my Superpower Hour. Now, today, I've got 4 super easy self-tests to help you recharge your body's defense system. Now, these self-tests can be done anywhere, anytime, and may help you know immediately which vitamins you need to replenish or to keep your immune system strong. Laura's going to join us to talk about this a little bit. What makes you think your immune system is weakened?
You know, especially in the winter, you know, I feel like I catch everything. My son's in preschool, and, you know, he brings something home. I get sick, he gets sick. The 1-year-old gets sick, the husband gets sick. It goes through the whole family. So I would love something that kind of kept me a little bit more healthy so that I can take care of the kids.
So Laura speaks for a lot of us. Your immune system obviously needs a balance of many nutrients to stay strong. So no matter what's happening out there in the world around you, you can resist those infections. So I'm going to walk you through 4 self-tests. We all do these together. The first self-test is all about your thumbs. I want everyone in the audience to do this, so we're going to do this together. Put it on your breastbone. It's called the sternum, and just press on it. Press on your breastbone. If you have discomfort, if it hurts when you push on it to a reasonable degree, it means you might have a vitamin D deficiency.
Okay.
Because vitamin D is critically important. It comes from the sun in most cases. Critically important in making your bones strong.
Okay.
It's also very important for your immune system, which most people don't recognize.
Yep.
So if your vitamin D levels are low, and for example, you have bone pain, then one of the things you want to do is start getting it from other sources, because your immune system is not going to be on high alert if you don't have adequate amounts of vitamin D.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Second self-test.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward. I need some help from the audience. We're going to do this together, Cliff.
Okay.
So have one stand, if you don't mind, in the front row. Now, everyone at home can do this as well. I want you to put your feet together, stand at attention. Now, this is the trick part. You're going to close your eyes and stick out your right foot. 1, 2, 3. A couple people did it. All right. Now, a couple of you had a little problem over there. If you cannot do that for 3 seconds and you start to lose your balance, to me that speaks to vitamin B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12 is very important in allowing your neurological system to stay intact. It's also vitally important for your immune system. So if you have compromised immunity and your energy levels are low and your nerves aren't functioning right and you're losing your balance, all of those things are going to impact you, and plus you won't think very clearly without vitamin B12. So have a seat. All right. I got a couple people going to be treated over there soon. Now, if you're feeling a little extra irritable than usual, and you don't know what's causing it, I may have a clue for this, because my third self-test is going to help identify a big problem with your immunity, and you can check for it by looking for mouth sores. All right, so you should do this every morning before you wake up. The first thing you want to do, everyone has a mirror, I think. Grab your mirrors. I've got mirrors for us.
Okay.
There's yours.
Thank
There's mine.
you.
Follow along. Everyone at home, just look in the mirror. Start on the outside edges of your mouth, in the corners here, and look for a crack that looks like this. Here's a picture of one. See that crack there?
Ooh.
Yeah, if you see that, right, that's one sign of this. The other thing you want to do is open your mouth and look for any sores. Look in there, and try to touch your tongue to your nose if you can. Can you do that? That's good. That's very good. All right. All right, so look under your tongue, look around there, and if you see sores, let me see in your mouth. Nope, I don't see any sores. Who's got a sore in the audience? Anybody have a sore? Right, come on up. Come on up. Right, what's your name?
Colette.
Colette, how are you?
Good.
So come on over here. May I examine you?
Sure.
Okay, hold that for 1 second.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Just show it to me. You pull down. Ooh. All right. Can you all see this area here? See that little ulcerated area there? Right next to Colette's index finger? It's a little blister there? All right. So when you was that bigger before?
Yeah. And it got a little smaller. Now it's just feels like a little bump in there.
Right, it's slowly trying to heal itself.
Yeah.
Those kinds of canker sores, which is what that used to be, and the cracks around the lips that I showed that picture,
right.
Those are pretty typical for vitamin B6 deficiency. So vitamin B6, easy to incorporate. Low levels of this are linked to chronic inflammation in your body, and you don't want a raging war in your body, because that means your defense system, instead of looking out for bad guys, is looking in and attacking you.
Yeah.
So we don't want that energy wasted.
Okay.
Right. The fourth tip. You curious about this one?
Okay.
This one I adore. Is look for dryness in your body.
Okay.
Right. I want you to look for a couple clues. You can look for dry, rough, cracked skin. Right. It can look
Okay.
like this.
Okay.
Right. You can look for brittle hair. It'll look like this.
Yeah,
Anyone
my
have
hair does get dry sometimes. Yeah.
Are these pictures of you?
No.
And you can look for peeling or splitting of your nails. You know, we've talked about these vitamins, folks, but sometimes we don't get enough into our diet. And when these kinds of
Yeah.
symptoms on the outside, for me, are signs that you've got problems in the immune system on the inside. That's why I'm
Okay.
focused on this today.
Yeah.
So we covered all these. Everyone's clear on their signs and symptoms? All right, up next, I've got a super-powered protein that can make losing extra pounds easier than ever before.
Dr. Oz, I couldn't bear to lose my hearing. I love listening to music. I want to be able to for the rest of my life. Is there any way to supercharge my ears?
Magnesium protects hair cells in your inner ear that are used to transmit sound to your brain. So make sure you're getting 400 milligrams of magnesium every day.
Up next,
I've got a simple trick to curb your cravings.
3 serious snackers put it to the test.
Takes the hunger away.
Cut cravings and save calories.
This blew me away. 1,500 calories.
What? And later, a memory champion reveals his secrets.
If I can do what you just did, I'd be so happy I can't tell you.
Charge up your concentration.
De grootste Duitse slagerhits van toen en nu. Nu verzameld op een dubbel-cd. Met de allergrootste hits van Mireille Mathieu, Hansi Hinterseer en Semino Rossi. De grootste Duitse slagerhits van toen en nu. Nu overal verkrijgbaar.
Ze heeft de moves.
Show me some of the moves.
Maar heeft ze ook het karakter?
I need to tell you something.
That is sexy.
Honey, you got skills. That's gonna take you places.
You should stay away from him. He's dangerous.
Stop! Stop! You're the one that people want.
Jessica Alba is Honey. Maandag bij Vitaya.
Hi, Dr. Oz. I notice my achy knees are slowing me down. Is there anything I can do to supercharge my joints?
Eating apples, which are rich in quercetin, may help reduce painful swelling or stiffness in your hands and knees. This will help keep your joints moving and pain-free.
Have you ever had a craving so strong that it feels like you need a superpower to resist it? Well, I've got a simple trick to curb your cravings. It's called pea protein powder. It is made from yellow peas, which are surprisingly full of protein. To see how well it works, I asked 3 viewers who are serious snackers to test it out for 24 hours. You guys curious how they did?
Yes.
Take a look.
I love my carbs. I can't resist sweets, especially ice cream.
I love sweets, and I have an unlimited sweet tooth.
Today I made my pea powder protein shake with apple juice. A little bit of pea, but it's really sweet.
After the kids have had lunch, I tend to crave French fries and things like that. But after I took the pea protein shake this morning, so far so good.
Well, it's the afternoon, and I haven't been to the freezer for my normal afternoon ice cream fix. So let's see if it's still there. Yep, still here.
And there was no muffin run this morning. There was no cupcake break at 3.
Tonight I feel great, and I don't feel the need to eat these.
Well, I've got them all in the studio. Karen, how surprised were you that it worked?
I was shocked, Dr. Oz. I actually did it for 3 days to make sure it really cut back on my ice cream cravings, and it did.
And Michelle and Tanya, how about the two of you?
It was great. I didn't have any cravings, no cupcake truck, so that was good.
Ooh.
And I felt wonderful. I didn't feel that need or that compulsion to eat the carbohydrates and things off of my kids' plates.
Well, if you're curious, I want to share with you why this works and why I'm so excited about it. Okay, so let's say this is a pretty good idea of what your cravings look like. You have a hunger button on you, and that's driven by cravings. So the hunger's always on when you've got cravings. And it never seems like you can satiate it, but you try. So go ahead, if you don't mind, grab that, Karen, and hold it for, or actually give it back to Michelle. And start putting some food in there, the kinds of things you might be craving. Some fried food, some cupcakes I heard you guys mentioning, burgers, right? You're throwing those things, and slowly you're beginning to fill up a little bit. You're getting down a little lower and lower, and your hunger now is starting to shrink a little bit. There's the cupcake you wanted. Okay, now it's beginning to drop, and finally you get so much food in there, you're beginning to feel full, like you're bursting at the seams, and you're finally completely full, and guess what happens? Hunger's gone. Hunger's gone.
Okay.
And once your hunger's gone, you feel pretty good. But within just a few minutes of finishing the last meal, you begin to digest it, and you begin to lose some of that fullness you had. And your appetite starts coming back, taking one of the cupcakes out of there, and you're back to full-blown hunger again. So to fill yourself up, you got to keep putting more food in there. That's what cravings are all about. Now, let me show you what happens when we take some of this pea powder that I'm talking about in. The nice thing about pea powder, it's very high in protein, it's slow to digest it, and it triggers a hormone in your body that tells you that you're full. And hey, look at that. Shrinks right down, takes the hunger away. Now, over time, you got to eat other things, too. This is not going to be the only food that you eat. But what I love is the idea that you can find that little key to turn off the cravings and not feel the hunger all the time. Because what frustrates so many of the viewers that I talk to is that they feel like they're always hungry. They're always craving food when they've eaten enough. You put enough food in there. Is this coming alive?
Absolutely.
Right. That's why I think it worked for you. That's why I think it's so effective. So the key question is, now that you understand why your cravings, you can put that down, Michelle. The key question is, how many calories were you actually able to save? So we collected your data. You guys have any idea?
Maybe 250, 300?
Not sure. I eat a lot of sugar.
I would say a couple hundred
So
calories.
I'll give you your report cards. Are you ready? Karen, by skipping that ice cream fix, you cut out 660 calories.
Wow.
In one day. That's a lot of ice cream. Michelle, by skipping down some of those cupcakes, I must say, they do look good. But cutting those out, this blew me away. 1,500 calories.
What?
I mean, that's a lot of cupcakes this year. It's a pound. But you know, these foods, they deal with our cravings, but they're chock full of calories. And by Tanya, you shaved off 575 calories. Just by getting rid of the French fries and those carb cravings. So now that you're, I think, aware of how many calories you're able to get rid of, and frankly, even if you just got rid of a couple hundred calories, it still would be so massively important if you could do it all the time. Are you convinced that these pea powder proteins might work for you?
I'm absolutely convinced.
All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to look for pea powder protein. It's going to come in a big box or a bottle like this. It's very inexpensive. And then the way you use it, at least the way I like to use it, is you put 2 scoops into a shake that you're going to make anyway. I'm going to give you a recipe for it. Remember, a scoop of pea protein powder is about 65 calories. So that's like a quarter of a cupcake, Michelle.
Okay.
All right? You're going to add 2 tablespoonfuls of this into a shake. You're going to mix it with 1 cup of fresh fruit or frozen fruit, whichever you prefer. Then you get 1 cup of low-fat milk and put about 5 ice cubes in there, blend it up, and it will look like this. All right. So do you have any questions about the pea protein powder?
I do. Actually, when I drink whey protein powder, I gain weight. But when I was drinking this pea protein powder, I was still able to lose weight. What makes them so different?
One thing with whey proteins is a lot of folks have allergies to them. And so if you have an irritation in your gut, again, any inflammation is going to make the body hold on to stuff, both water weight and calories. So it may be that this is a little bit more inert, more sleepy for you. It doesn't cause problems with your intestinal lining and raise havoc with you for that reason.
Okay.
And again, you only need 2 tablespoonfuls. That's all I'm asking you to take a day to cut down the cravings that otherwise take your weight in the wrong direction.
Okay. Okay.
Who wants to taste this?
Okay.
You want to try it?
Sure.
My fried fruit fan.
No, all right.
See what Tanya thinks. That will take care of your cravings throughout the day.
That's
Palatable?
great.
Yeah.
Dr. Oz, I don't want to become the incredible shrinking woman as I get older. Is there any way to supercharge my bones?
Try broccoli. It's a surprising source of easily absorbed calcium. It helps maintain bone mass as you age.
We're back with my superpower hour, and now I'm going to charge up your memory and your concentration. To help us out, meet a man who never forgets a thing. He says anyone can have a super memory, and he's got a superfood to recharge your memory for years to come. Let's bring in Nelson Delos, 2-time winner of the U.S. Memory Championship. I have no idea how you do that, but you've acknowledged that you don't have a super memory. You weren't born with one anyway. No. So what got you inspired to get into this area?
So I started training my memory, actually, when my grandmother, she passed away from Alzheimer's disease about 3 years ago. And I wanted to do more for my mind. I wanted that not to happen to me. So I started practicing and learning techniques. And
this started 3 years ago?
Yeah. I never had a good memory before that.
I want to know what the superfood you're eating is. All right, before we get to that, during the commercial break, I asked Nelson to memorize the birthdays of the first 2 rows of my audience. And now we're about to quiz him. Are you ready, Nelson?
Let's do it.
All right, so if I could ask the first 2 rows to stand. And keep your birthdays hidden there. All right, take it away, Nelson.
All right, so over here we have 1205. Yes. And over here we have 0916. Then we have 0426, 0530, 0323.
You're kidding me.
1018, 0908, 1217. Hold on. It's 0912 and 0515.
Oh my goodness! That is so good.
There you go.
Have a seat, guys. That's fabulous. So what's the secret to building such a strong memory?
So it's a few things. The first thing is I practice every day. I employ this technique called the memory palace, where I imagine myself in my house and I walk through it mentally, storing pictures of lists of things I want to remember. So if I'm going to go to the grocery store and I have to remember 10 items, so say I have to get toilet paper and cheese are the first 2 items. I might be at my doorstep and I'm going to picture, throwing toilet paper maybe wrapped in some moldy cheese at the front door. And then you go to the next place, might be the entrance to your house or apartment, and you put the next 2 words there, etc. And to remember it, you just walk right back through that place, and you'll remember the pictures that were there.
And what's the technique called again?
The memory palace.
Memory palace?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I do that. Another thing I do that's very important is diet.
So what's the superfood that you've been holding secret from me on?
Yeah, so I love fruits and vegetables, typically ones that are high in antioxidants, colorful fruits, but my favorite are goji berries.
Goji berries?
Yeah.
Here, come on over here.
Sure.
We've got goji berries set up for you. Why do you think goji berries are so marvelous?
So there's a few things that's great about them. The first thing is that they're high in beta-carotene, which is found in carrots, and it helps keep your mind sharp. The other thing is that they're high in vitamin C, even more so than oranges, believe it or not. And that helps kind of fight the aging of your brain. And then my favorite is the fact that they have a lot of vitamin B as well, which helps lower homocysteine levels, which is an amino acid that's linked to Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, and hardening of the arteries also. You know, they also have a lot of iron in them, which can help with fatigue. So I guess I talked about goji berries in the show before. I never thought about them in the context of memory. I usually have folks eat about 5 tablespoonfuls of goji berries. If it helps with your concentration, I'll give you more.
Yes, please.
How much do you eat usually?
Oh man, I'll go through a bag just like this pretty quickly. I take them on the go in my car, just throw them in my mouth.
I mean, they taste like raisins, a little tartar.
Yeah, like cranberry raisins.
Every health food store has them. They're in a lot of grocery stores these days. And I'm going to say, if you add them in a salad, you can put it just about
yogurt,
everything, right?
It's awesome, yeah.
Who's had a goji berry here? Oh, so few people. We have changed some lives. We've got some people to have better memories. Listen, congratulations, and I'm sorry about your grandmother, but I'm glad you're working it out. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to share super fast solutions that will save you hours around the house. I've asked 3 super moms to reveal their tricks to help all of us get our to-do list done faster. Teresa's super fast solution will save you time around the kitchen. So we've got some garlic here, one of nature's healthiest foods. You've got a little secret to help us with this.
I certainly do. I know a lot of us struggle with getting garlic peeled, and we love it in our recipes. So I have a great trick. Pop the garlic in the microwave for 20 seconds and the husk peels off instantly, saving you a lot of time during your cooking process.
How did you figure this out?
Well, just trial and error, Dr. Oz.
But why would you even try putting garlic in a microwave?
Well, it's the quick and the microwave is used for everything these days, and it's a quick and easy way to just peel it.
Look how easy that is. You're right.
Yeah.
Come on, eat it right out of this.
Right.
All right, so the microwave for 20 seconds. It peels this easily. I think it's a huge advantage.
Yes,
Thank you very much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right. Next up, Maria's trick for anyone who hates wasting food. It's one of the most creative tricks I've ever seen to keep food fresh. I saw a picture of this, but I don't know how it works, so.
What I did, it's very simple. You just cut off the top of a water bottle with a scissor, kitchen scissor, and then I slip it on top of any kind of open bag, anything that you have, rice, beans, anything. Slip it over.
This is too good to be true. This is too good to be true.
And then you have
I mean, look at this. That is ingenious. Ingenious.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I hate that. Same question. How did you come up with this idea?
I don't know. It's just I was looking for something to seal my bags and so that things don't fall all over in the cabinets and. but my food stays fresh, it lasts longer, and it's been a great help.
Well, the show airs in 1 hour, so you better patent that quickly.
I will.
Thank you very much. And my third super fast solution is from Dana, who has a great trick for moms who have accident-prone families. And I got to say, as any parent knows, one of the most difficult challenges is getting a Band-Aid off, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You've come up with something that is a game changer for Band-Aid removal from children and adults, and I can be the guinea pig because I put a Band-Aid on where I typically cut myself,
Okay.
which is where my hair is.
Okay. Well, I usually don't have to take one off of somebody with a lot of hair.
This is a real test for you.
Basically, what you do is you just heat up the Band-Aid just a little bit. You have to be careful it doesn't get too hot. And then it come off very easy.
Oh, it is easy.
Yeah. Did that hurt?
No, it didn't hurt at all. I can't believe I spent most of my life not realizing that.
There you go.
You use it on your kids?
I do, yes.
And do they applaud your invention?
They do. Yes, they don't scream and run away when I try to take it off.
It shows what a love of a mother can do.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of all three of you. They're wonderful ideas, fantastic ideas. Listen, put your own super fast solutions on my Facebook page or tweet them with the hashtag OzSuperFast, and I will pass them along with my favorites. Until next time, take care.
De nieuwe espresso-capsule van L'Or. Deze unieke aluminiumcapsule is nu verkrijgbaar in je supermarkt. Laat je meevoeren door een gouden espresso. L'Or. Verlang niets minder dan goud. Beste van de test volgens testaankoop.
Wacht niet op je volgende leven. Leef nu al voluit met de verzekeringen van AG. Supporter van jouw leven.
Yes.
Gedaan met de vraag...
Wat schaft de pot vandaag? Daar zal ik eens over nadenken bij een lekkere caipirinha. Doe 6 stukjes limoen in een whiskyglas. 1 eetlepel rietsuiker erbij en 2 centiliter suikersiroop. En nu alles flink pletten. Vul je glas met gemalen ijs en overgiet met 6 centiliter cachaça. Nog eens goed roeren en een rietje erin. Caipirinha. Santé.
Ontdek deze en 145 andere cocktails voor een zomerse barbecue op vtmkoken.be. VTM Koken, de lekkerste plek van Vlaanderen.